The UK driving test requires a candidate to demonstrate their ability to manoeuvre the car at low speeds, including an element of reversing, in a randomly selected set task, all of which come with requirements of having the ability to control the car at low speeds to gain a degree of accuracy dependent on what you're expected to do, as well as having a sufficient level of observations so that you can identify and deal with any hazard that you may encounter. And in this video we are going to look at the reverse park, commonly known as the parallel park, which is an essential skill to learn how to park a car in a potentially busy urban street where there is insufficient space to drive in a forward direction because of the presence of other parked cars. The only option you have is to pull alongside another car and reversing. On the driving test, a driving examiner may say to you, would you drive forward and stop alongside the car ahead, and then reverse in and park reasonably close and parallel to the curb, and can you try to complete the exercise within 2 car lengths? We have to carry out this manoeuvre with due regards to other road users as well as other pedestrians, as we may become a hazard. So it is essential that we carry out good all-round observations throughout the manoeuvre, and if we see any danger we must wait until we are sure it is safe to continue. And because we carry out this manoeuvre on the street with the likelihood of other vehicles around us, we must learn not to rush this or to panic, as this is where things typically go wrong. There are several methods on how to carry out this manoeuvre, but the left, right, left method I'm going to show you is possibly one of the easiest, and hopefully can take away any preconceived idea that the reverse park is the most difficult. As you become more experienced driver, you will hopefully regain the skill of just using your own judgment of when to turn. But in this clip I will introduce some reference points on when to turn, but different cars and seating positions will affect this. So experiment and practice with your driving instructor on what works best for you. Initially, with the view from inside the car, let's have a step-by-step guide of how to carry out this manoeuvre. On your approach, and as soon as you see your intended space, mirrors and left signal, reduce your speed, drop your clutch and select first gear, if later needed, and then roll the car in straight, half a door width from the target car. Stop just in front of the target car. Line up your left wing mirror to the front of the bonnet can be a useful guide. Secure the car, select reverse and have a good look around the car before reversing straight. And then line up your wing mirrors and apply 3/4 turn to the left. The back of the car now comes towards the curb to the left. And the key to the reverse park is when to apply full up right, as this will determine how close you will end up to the curb, and we're going to line up the curb to the door handle. Pause slightly just to get your accuracy here. With quick steering, the car now swings in behind the target car. Keep your full lock on until the car is straight and parallel to the curb, and then straighten the wheels with 1.5 turns to the left. Continue to reverse straight and stop the car when the space in front of you is just insufficient for another car to park into. So a reminder of our turning points. 3/4 left when the wing mirror lines up with the wing mirror. Full lot right when the curb line matches up with the door handle. And 1.5 turns to the left when the car is parallel to the curb. The driving examiner will then ask you to drive on. It's an angled start, limited views in front, and you may be hidden, so signal on. Must have good all-round observations including the blind spot check. When safe to do so, come out nice and slow, repeat your blind spot check, and with accurate steering to keep away from the car in front and ensuring good road position, drive on to continue your test route. The best parallel park in terms of accuracy can be ruined by either a lack of observations or failing to deal with any hazard, either vehicles or pedestrians, on the road or on the pavement. Either could constitute a test fail. In the next clip, see how much the driver is moving his head throughout the manoeuvre. He checks his mirrors and puts a signal on his approach. He looks all round the car before reversing, including all blind spots and all 3 mirrors. He looks out of the rear window as the car reverses. He looks over his right shoulder when the front of the car begins to swing out into the road. And he continues to maintain good observations until the car comes to a stop, balancing, of course, the need to get his turning points accurate. He isn't fazed. If he sees other vehicles trying to get past him, he stops. If he sees other road users giving him time to continue, then he does so, unrushed and calm, and he continues to check if a new danger arrives during the manoeuvre. And again, good all-round observations to determine whether and when it is safe to drive on, including 2 blind spot checks due to the fact that he's pulling away very slow and a new hazard could have appeared since his last check. With the best will in the world, we don't always manage to nail it in one go. Here, the driver misses his reference point and quickly realises that if he continues on the same line, he will mount the kerb, and this will unfortunately lead to a test fail. Instead, he decides to bring the car out to roughly 45 degrees, and then brings the car back in straight and has another go, and this time he is accurate on his turning point. As long as he maintains good observations throughout and deals with any potential hazard that arises, he should only pick up a minor for this aspect of the driving test. And in this clip, the driver is too early and quickly realises he will be a country mile away from the kerb, and if so, this would not conform to be reasonably close to the kerb, in which case he uses the space in front of him to readjust and again brings the car back, making the best of the bad job. An alternative strategy, and possibly a better strategy, would have been to take some of the forelock off as he was coming in, and this would have the effect of dragging the car closer to the kerb. So remember the key to a successful reverse or parallel park. Stop just ahead of the target car. Carry out your manoeuvre slowly and find your turning points that work best for you. Practice and don't be afraid to experiment. Be aware of dangers before and whilst you carry out the manoeuvre with good observations. Adjust if necessary and try again if unsuccessful first time. And do not panic and feel rushed by other road users. If you have any questions relating to this video, please do not hesitate to contact me. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Best of luck with your driving endeavours. Please check out other videos in the Drive and Ambition series.